What's going on, everybody? Steve here, joined with my good friend Avery, Romer the Romer. We're going to let everybody come on in right now. We are live, and I'm super excited. We're going to be talking about flipping books, how to make money flipping books, and how to flip DVDs and CDs. We're going to talk about retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, eBay to Amazon, and really the goal today is to help you to get to $10,000 a month in sales. And you know what? People might think
I put profit.
Yeah, people might think $10,000 a month is like, that's where I want to get to. That's the goal. That's just the start. I'm telling you guys right now, we've helped a lot of people get to 10 to 20 to 30. And of course, that's not all profit, right? But that's going to be the purpose of today's call, to help you guys get to 10K a month selling on Amazon. We got Katie.
Real quick, for anyone that thinks that sounds outrageous, I just interviewed a kid, 24 years old. He's a kid to me, and he did 800,000 in sales the last 30 days. So like the sky's the limit. I know it sounds outrageous to make 10K profit a month, but if you truly commit to it, I mean, Steve, you started a couple of years ago your eBay to Amazon business, and now you've been consistently cranking out 10K profit months, basically on autopilot. So like if you work hard, it's completely doable.
So if you guys are here watching live right now, drop a comment down below. Let us know where you are from. Let us know that you're in the house right now. We see Katie Reeds. What's going on? Saying, hey boys, what's going on, girl? Katie Reeds has been
coming back. She was ghost for a few years. Now she's back.
Hey, she's doing it. She
must be dropping a new book soon. She's been commenting on all my socials.
What's going on, Jim? We got Jamie, we got Daniel, we got Blake Bailey in the house. What's going on? Toronto, California, Vegas.
You got a good YouTube crowd today, man. I was talking about how YouTube doesn't comment like this. I was saying Zoom was better, but YouTube's doing pretty good.
What's up, Maria? We got Chicago in the house. We got Dallas.
And just so everyone knows, we are doing a giveaway today. I'm giving away a $200 Rollo printer. And don't worry, if you're watching the replay, we're going to be doing one separate for the replay viewers too, but this is a $200 printer. It's good for UPS labels. You get free UPS labels for life, so you'll never have to pay for shipping labels for your shipments to Amazon. And then this is obviously good for FNSKU labels too. They have this really cool toggle, whatever you call this thing, tongs that you can adjust here if you look. And so you can quickly use FNSKU labels right there and then open it up for the shipping labels for UPS as well.
Also, for anybody who's watching the replay afterwards, obviously at this moment we're live, but for anyone who's watching the replay, we're also going to be giving away some freebies and some good stuff for the replay viewers. So if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, you're like, oh, I missed out. I want to, you're going to get the information, but also you're going to get a chance to win some prizes as well. Just a way for us to give back and reward the people who take action. So great to see everybody here. We've got over 100 people in the house right now. For folks who don't know Avery, he's a good friend of mine. He's a reseller. He's the founder of GoToLister, which is the listing software that I use. Also, one of the founders of the Miami Seller Conference, which, by the way, I want to know, put a comment down below. Who's going to Miami in March for the Miami Seller Conference? We have some huge heavy hitters that are going to be speaking, and a bunch of really amazing folks that are going to be joining, including yours truly. I'll be over there as well for the third year.
Joji Davenport will be there. We got Victor Galejos. He purchased his ticket. And so I added him to the notable attendees list. Who else do we have? Vishal doing 800,000 a month selling books online. Dave can read, also doing millions a year in bulk books. So we have several speakers who are booksellers, and we have eBay to Amazon people in the house. What eBay to Amazon people are coming that you know of?
There's quite a few. I don't want to name them all off, but we probably got 10 or 15 folks from the eBay to Amazon community. They're going to be there. Yeah, Amanda, I see her in the house. Of course, Joji. There's a lot of folks, but it's going to be a pretty cool turnout. So where can people learn about that?
MiamiSellersConference.com. And you should add a link to below here, and then maybe you can do something special for those people. But if not, Steve will get a little kickback for going through his little Miami affiliate link. So we'll link that below too.
Sure. Absolutely. I'll put that in after the video. But essentially, Avery's a good friend, bookseller, Amazon seller. How much have you done in lifetime sales?
I don't even know, man. Like 4.5 mil, maybe.
Yep. We used to live together in Miami. Speaking of Miami, for a couple of years during the whole COVID, we were locked in an apartment together on the 48th floor. So Avery and I go way back, and we have a really cool presentation for you guys today. We're going to be sharing, and if you want to get that loaded up, Avery, behind the scenes, we're going to be talking about how to get to $10,000 a month in sales. Now, again, you might be thinking, I want to make $10,000 a month profit, but what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? You've got to get to sales first, and then you can get to profit. And the higher that you get your sales, considering you have good ROI, good profit, you can get to that goal. So we're going to teach you how to get to $10,000 a month, selling books, media, DVDs. I'm also going to be presenting probably in about 30 minutes, talking about how I, source items from eBay to Amazon. Avery does things a little bit different, but this is going to be a pretty cool presentation. We're going to have a lot of fun. Anything I missed, Avery, before we jump into things?
Nope, I'm ready to rock and roll.
All right. Well, you got the stage, man. And I'll be coming on in probably 30 minutes for my portion of the presentation. So let's have some fun.
All right, let's do it. The cool thing about this presentation is it says how to make 10,000 in sales. I think this used to say how to make 10,000 in profit. And at the end of the day, it's the same difference. And the cool thing about this is I'm going to show you my journey from doing basically 1,000 in sales a month to 10,000 in sales a month to 10,000 plus in profit a month. I'm going to tell you exactly how I was able to accomplish that. You guys are going to go a slightly different path than me, but I'm going to lay out the roadmap that I've seen many people take in order to get up to the point where they're doing 10,000 in profit each month. And, there's people that come to Miami Sellers Conference. There's people that don't post on social media at all. There's tons and tons of booksellers out there doing 100K profit a month. So it sounds outrageous, but if you truly commit to it and you actually try, it's extremely doable, so let's get into it. So here's me. This is a picture before I decided to live in my car. I went to college, wrestled in college. I really only went to college to wrestle. I always knew in the back of my head, I don't know if you guys have ever had this feeling, but I just knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I knew I didn't want to work a traditional job. And I was going to go to physical therapy school for graduate school. And I just knew that if I went to physical therapy school, I was going to learn how to be a physical therapist. But I really knew I was probably just going to start my own business. I didn't know if it was going to be a physical therapy business or definitely not a book business. I did not think that. So instead, took a gap year. It's my goal to travel to every country before I die. So I was like, let me start with the United States and travel my own country. So took out the front seat of my car, put a wrestling mat down, and I headed out to California. And since I had made money in college selling my textbooks, I knew this was a viable way to make money online. I saw Reezy Resells posting videos. I actually watched a few Rake and Profit videos. I think Rake and Profit videos were after. All I really knew, I thought Reezy was a scammer. If I'm going to be completely honest, I was like, there's no way people are really making that much money doing this. But I knew I made money selling books in college, so I knew it might work. So what I did was I hit up thrift stores and libraries. Those are the only two places I went to. I didn't know you could get books at other places. Nobody told me. I thought libraries and thrift stores are the only places you can get books. So what I did was slept in Walmart parking lots, truck stops, and during the day I would go to Goodwill's libraries, and then I would have other days where I would go to the Grand Canyon or the Ozark Mountains or the Pacific Coast Highway. So I'd have my work days where I would scan books all day. I would go to Starbucks, ship the books out, and I'm going to tell you guys how to do that. I was doing it a very bad way at the time. And I learned a lot on this journey, learned a lot. And then eventually, at the time before I did this, I was working a pedicab job downtown Nashville. So I was working on like a bike, like a tricycle essentially. And there was people that I would give rides to. I'd make like $500 a weekend doing that. I thought that was good money. But my boss at the time told me about this guy named Gary V. And he was like, I went and followed Gary Vaynerchuk. And Gary Vaynerchuk was like, you have to document your journey on social media. That's what Steve's doing. That's what I'm doing. So I started posting on social media all the time, Instagram, YouTube, all over the place. And enough booksellers followed me. There was a lot of people making money selling books, and they followed me for tips and tricks and stuff like that. This is like 4 or 5 years ago. And I found out they couldn't sell textbooks, but I could. So I launched a business called Restricted Inventory, where everyone sent me their textbooks and I would sell them on consignment at a 50-50 split. This business still exists today. You guys can go to restrictedinventory.com. But this really allowed me to get my first 6 figures in profit. So I went from thrifting. I got my thrifting up to about 20,000 in sales. And then shortly after launching this business, I went up to 80,000 in sales. And I was like, holy cow, there's a lot of money to be had on Amazon. And then, of course, we have Steve here. For my audience that doesn't know Steve, most of my audience does. He's spoken at Miami Sellers Conference the last 2 years. He has done 100K profit last year, right, Steve? 100K profit last year in eBay to Amazon flips. So he never had to leave his house at all. He's probably grabbing a coffee or something right now. So Steve knows what he's talking about. And he's been able to not only help people thrift and build eBay businesses and Amazon businesses, just going to thrift stores and stuff like that. He's also cracked the code for doing this from home. So he'll talk a little bit about that later. So if you guys are interested in like never leaving your house, he's got really good strategies on that. So when it comes to any Amazon business, I don't care if you're doing wholesale. I don't care if you're doing online arbitrage. I don't care if you're doing eBay to Amazon online arbitrage, textbook online arbitrage, thrifting, bulk books, whatever. There's one rule. That's make sure that you're buying good shit. It's got to have healthy profit and it's got to have healthy demand. If I took you in a room filled with books and I said all these books will make you $100 profit, would you pay a decent amount of money for that room of books? Most people would say yes. What if I told you that room of books would never sell? Those books would never sell. They're worth $100 profit each. What if I showed you the value is truly $100? They're going for $100 on Amazon, but no one's ever going to buy them. Would you buy them? Most people wouldn't. Vice versa. What if I took you in a room filled with a ton of books and I said, hey, these books will sell next week if you pay me for them? But what if the price that you paid me for them was not profitable for you and instead you lost $1,500? Would you still pay me for them? No. So these two things have to be true. The book has to be profitable and it has to sell. And this goes for any business. If you're doing wholesale, OA, eBay, this is the premise of all these business models. We just want to find good inventory that sells. Running an Amazon business is super simple. So we use profit calculators for this. And here's a few of my favorite profit calculators. If you're running a book business, I highly recommend Scout IQ. They've innovated the market. They make it very easy for booksellers to download a database. So you don't even need Wi-Fi. You can scan books super fast and determine whether or not they're profitable. This is an app that you put on your phone. It's called Scout IQ. The next two are Seller Amp. I use this for my wholesale business. It's a Chrome extension. It's also pretty cheap, like $25, $30 a month. And then there's FlipMine, which Steve will talk about later. But these are all different profit calculators and ways to really determine, after all Amazon fees, after what I pay for the product, how much money is going to land in my bank account? And perhaps just as importantly, what is the likelihood of that product selling? So it's a numbers game, guys. Scan more, make more. Here are 3 ways to increase your profit. Scan better inventory. So instead of hitting up the Goodwill that everyone else is hitting up, maybe try the local mom and pop that doesn't even advertise themselves on Google, so nobody knows about them and they're right down the road from you. They probably have much better inventory. So we'll go over a lot of different strategies you can use to get better inventory, but all things the same, the person's going to win who's scanning better inventory. Okay. This goes for wholesale again, two different, you could spend 100K with one supplier and 100K with another supplier. If you spend 100,000 with a supplier that has better inventory, obviously you're going to win. So scan better inventory, scan more. A lot of people start the book business. They go out, they scan 500 books. They only find 25 and they're like, oh, this doesn't work. This business doesn't work. They only scan 500. Try scanning 5,000 and you'll see that you can, you'll get a lot more success. So put the work in, get your numbers up. You can track your scans on Scout IQ right here. So if you're disheartened and you think that you're not running the business properly, just double check. Are you even putting the work in necessary to get results? Try to get your scans to 10,000 before you complain at all. The last one, scan faster. So you can scan more, but what if it takes you a month to scan 1,000 books? You're going to be running a very slow business that doesn't have that much inventory versus I can scan 1,000 books in an hour. I've heard of people scanning 1,500 to 2,000 books an hour. So scan faster and you'll get more inventory. Okay, so here's how to find $10,000 in profitable items each month. Here's my top sourcing strategies to skyrocket your profit. There's more than one way to skin a cat. So what I'm going to show you is what's worked for me or I know has worked for people near me. Okay, but most likely there's other strategies that I'm not even mentioning today that if you figure out on your own, they'll work better than what I'm showing you today. These are great. These have made my friends up to 100,000 a month. These have made me up to 100,000 a month. But just know I'm just laying out what has worked for me. And the key to any business is to get a competitive advantage over the competition. That's the key. So here's thrift stores. And guys, take notes because I'm about to drop so much value so fast. I would rewatch this portion of the video over and over because this is like 5 years of knowledge condensed into probably 5 minutes. The first is thrift stores. And when you go to thrift stores, you want to ask for backroom access. I didn't know this for a long time, but thrift stores, They have a back room, and they'll let you go there if you ask. You know, some thrift stores might tell you no, some might tell you yes, but you might as well ask the manager, the owner, hey, I'm a bookseller. I scan the books that you get out front. I run a book business online. Could I scan the books in the back? I might buy some more. High chance that the books in the back are much better than the books in the front because nobody has looked through them yet. So always ask for backroom access. You're going to get a higher % success rate. Also, be there on the days that fresh inventory gets on the shelves. A lot of you guys know Mama Profit. Steve's mom does a couple thousand in profit each month. The way she's optimized her business is she knows to go to Savers on Tuesdays or Wednesdays or whenever they whenever they bring fresh inventory on the shelves. She knows those little green stickers come out on Wednesday. She's going to go and just scan the green stickers at Savers because that's the fresh inventory. The fresh inventory is the best inventory. Make friends with the employees and managers so they call you first. This is something I wish I did on day one. You should be talking to every manager, every employee, and even if they don't like you the first time, keep talking to them. Second, third, fifth, 10th time, they're going to realize that you're not going to give up and that you're coming every week. And if you bring them coffee, bring them pizza, whatever, show them your appreciation that they're allowing you to run a profitable business. And eventually you'll get phone calls from them. You'll get texts from them when they get huge donations from the general public that can be worth thousands and thousands of dollars. 10% of Amazon sales are book sales. There's millions of books that exist out there that are profitable. It's your job to find them. And by using strategies like this, texting employees, texting managers, getting access to books that nobody else has access to, that's really how you grow a book business. Become friends with the Friends of the Library. So almost every library has a group called Friends of the Library. And what you can do is show up early to their library sales and pay them usually like a $15 or $20 fee to become a member. And they know what you're doing. There's resellers. Resellers have been around for, a long time. So like selling on Amazon 20 plus years now. So they know what you're doing. They're appreciative of you. Just be nice, be willing to help them set up. And this can be a gold mine. And the best libraries are the library sales that nobody else knows about. So if they do a poor job of advertising it online, that's even better. And they'll appreciate you because you're going to be buying a ton of books. Help them set up, help them take it down, bring coffee, donuts, and eventually you'll be their go-to Amazon book person. When they have a donation of books from a preacher that just died, the preacher's wife is bringing all the books in, they're going to call you first because they know that you'll take all the books from them and pay them for them. So next one is use bookstores. I didn't know about this on my journey. Living in my car, I didn't know you could use bookstores to find books, but they're a great place to find books. So don't be afraid to drop $10, $20, $30 on a book. A lot of booksellers are like, oh, I don't pay more than $5. Why? If you're buying a bunch of quarter books, who cares if over the course of a year, if you spend $10,000 on books, who cares if you paid a quarter for them or if you paid $10 a piece for them? All I care about is how much money did I spend and how much profit am I expecting? So all things the same, if I'm buying $50 books a piece, but those $50 books are going to bring me $100 back, I don't care if I spent, it's actually better. I would be processing fewer books because my average sales price is higher than if I bought a bunch of quarter books. So quarter books are great. Free books are great. I love them. But too many booksellers are scared to drop $50 on a book that has good data that suggests it sells at high prices and it's a fast seller. All day, you guys should be buying books like that. Scan 500 plus an hour. That's the standard for me. If I'm going in, listen to a podcast, I put the eBay to Amazon flipping podcast on, I'm going to be scanning at least 800 an hour. And then I'll come back and process the non-barcode books. But make sure your pace is good because if you're scanning 500 an hour and 5% of the books are good, you're going to be getting 25 books an hour. If each book makes you $10 profit, which it should, you're making $250 an hour when it comes to sourcing. Now, if it takes you 5 hours to list those books, boom, now you're down to like $50 an hour. So we're going to talk about listing fast to make sure your hourly rate stays high, but it's important to keep your scan pace high. And if you have employees and you're processing bulk books, that's a key part of the equation where you can keep your profit margins good. Scan faster, have your employees work more efficiently. And pay attention where the fresh inventory is being put on the shelves. I'll repeat this over and over again, but the best inventory is a fresh inventory. If you ask me what section to go to, I'm going to say the section that has the freshest books. I don't care if it's children's. I don't care if it's fiction. The fresh inventory is the best inventory. College campuses are another great place. This is for my extroverts out there, for people that don't worry about looking stupid. Put a backpack on, go to college, university, or don't. I've done this several times, and ask every department there, from the biology department to the psychology department to the athletic directing department. I've made about 15,000 profit from my school. I went to college. I work with the athletic directing department now, and now they send books to me every year, and it's going to pay for my college. So ask every department if they have textbooks that, and remind them that they're rotting and collecting dust, and they are depreciating in value, and no students are reading them. And you can purchase those books from them and make them available for sale online, where a student who needs the book will purchase it from you. That's your sales pitch. You're not some weirdo giving them $20 for a $200 book for your own little business. That's not what you're doing. You're taking the book and you're putting it back in the hand of a reader, rather than it depreciating in value, and it's going to be worthless in 10 years. That's how you need to frame this, okay? Next is ask the bookstore, the college bookstore, if they're trashing any old editions. Shout out Jesse. He's probably watching this right now out of Canada. He's working with his college up in Canada, and they have a bunch of quote-unquote old editions that a lot of campuses are still using, but that campus is not anymore. So what you can do is take those books that the campus isn't using, put them available for sale online, make your money, and then buy them, at 10% of the price, or 10% of the wholesale price. Let's say they're selling the book for $200. You pay them $20 for the book and then flip it online for 100 plus. That's how this works. So get the books at extremely discounted prices in the college bookstore by reminding them that, hey, these books are trash to you. What can I pay for them? And the last thing you can do, I know people who have made a ton of money doing this. A lot of OGs in the game still do this. Bring a fat stack of cash. Ask the president of a college, hey, or head of student affairs or someone else, hey, can I set up a table during finals week for like 2 days and purchase students' books? I don't know how many people here went to college, but the first thing I wanted to do after I was done with organic chemistry was throw my book away. It's another pro tip. Check the dumpster at colleges during the final week of semester. There's something cathartic. It's refreshing. It's like healing to throw your book in the trash. It really is, because you hate it so much after the semester's over with. So what you can do is set up a table, and you can purchase the books from the students as they leave class, and you could easily drop $5,000 in a day, and your ROI could easily be 150%. You should pay about 25% of the value, which might seem like a lot. You're paying $25 for a book that's selling for $100, and after Amazon fees, you're making $80 back. But it's worth it, because almost all books on college campuses are current editions, which means they have high demand. You don't even need to scan them with the app half the time. You just need to know what's the price on Amazon. Give them 25% of that. That's why I was able to start my Amazon business really early. Was I didn't need Scout IQ or anything, because I got lucky. It just so happened that the books I was using and all my friends were using on the college campus were recent edition books. So of course they sold fast. I made $10,000 profit in one weekend. I was salsa dancing in Nashville, Tennessee till 11:30 at night. I would probably still do this. I'm 28 now. I was 24 back then. I drove from Nashville, Tennessee after salsa ended midnight till 9 a.m. I not landed, but felt like I landed. It felt like I was flying on the interstate. I got to Columbia, South Carolina, and there was Virginia College closing down. Went inside. I scanned all the books in the bookstore, and it was about $20,000 gross profit. I split the profit with the person that told me about the deal. They got 10. I got 10, somewhere along those lines. And all I had to do was list the books at the college. I listed like 30 boxes of books, scheduled a UPS pickup, and I drove away in my Toyota Corolla. Actually, up to Steve's house afterwards. I drove up north to first I went to Washington, D.C., and then after that I went to Steve's in Connecticut. But I did a lot of college deals back in the day, and these still exist, guys. Colleges are closing down, so reach out to them, and libraries too. The way to find out about these is set alerts for colleges and libraries closing down on Google. And you'll get emails anytime a keyword happens. So put keywords in like college closing down, library closing down, and you will get them in your inbox. And I think this is the first time we're publishing this on YouTube, so this is a huge deal, guys. So, man, a lot of value. I wish I would have known all this stuff starting out, but the way it works is when you find out about the college closing down, call them and tell them that you'll help remove all the books. Because remember, the books are a burden for them. They're heavy. They're trash to them. They're trying to remove all the furniture from the school. And for somebody to come in and pick up some of the heaviest items and pay them for them, you're a lifesaver. So you can offer consignment. You can offer to pay them 1% of the sales. You can pay them good for the books. But honestly, a lot of times you can pay them $1 or $2 per book that are selling for 100 plus. it feels illegal. It's pretty crazy, but that's the nature of the liquidation business. The next is consignment with friends. I'm sure all you guys have a few friends that have a big collection of books, and many of them might be moving, or maybe they had a family member that passed. And guys, books are extremely valuable. Books are extremely valuable, and people know this. And people don't want you just to pay them $1 or $2 per book. You know, they know that their collection might be worth $5,000. Some people think their collection is worth $5,000. It's worth $5. Some people know their collection is worth $5,000, and it is worth $5,000. So those people are the people I'm talking about. Generally, it's religious books, textbooks that are recent editions, things like that. And I've made over $1 million, maybe not $1 million, maybe 800,000 from helping people selling books on consignment via my business, restrictedinventory.com, and my college sending me books. And I have had friends send me books too, but you can do this with colleges, libraries, friends, people's personal collection. My mom's doing this with someone's personal collection right now. Very simple business model. It's a win-win situation, and it doesn't require any capital up front. You don't have to pay anything for the books. All you do is offer your friends to list the books and pay them 50% of the profit. They supply the books, you supply the solution to sell them. You're going to list the books, reprice the books, make sure they sell, and you'll pay them 50% of the profit when they do. Again, you can do this with libraries, thrift stores, other businesses, people on Facebook Marketplace. This is great, great, great for people that have valuable personal collections that want to get paid more money for their books. Great. You think your collection's worth 10 grand? Let me assess it. And I'll tell you, scan it with Scout IQ. Tell them if it's worth 10 grand or not. And if it is, say, look, I don't want to pay you 5 grand for these right now, but over the next 6 months, I'll sell them on Amazon and pay you half the profit. Okay. So I told you all these strategies to find books. There's other strategies to find books, and we'll go over some resources on where you can learn more strategies to find books. Again, 10% of Amazon sales are book sales. Your job is to find where the books are. The fact is, like I in Vegas last year, I was hanging out with a bookseller. Guess how much he was doing? He was doing 80 million a year in sales. One of my friends, Vishal, I just interviewed him on my podcast. He's doing 800,000 in book sales. So Steve felt that 10,000 in profit was a little too much to tell you guys. And I'm just like, it's ridiculous how much money some people are making doing this. And again, some people are doing this as a part-time hobby. I get it. But I just want you guys to realize the true potential there is selling books on Amazon. So you worked hard to find the books. You have all the books. You have them in a big pile in your house. Great. The truth is, you can either make 20% more on those books that you have in your living room, or you can tank the prices on all the books and make 30% less than what Scout IQ told you they were worth. And what this comes down to is, what do you price the books at? And let's go over some pricing strategies. So you don't want to be the lowest price if you don't have to. Don't want to be the lowest price if you don't have to. If the book sells fast, price it higher. If the book sells fast, that means the price is probably fluctuating. And one day the book might sell for 15. The next day it might sell for 25. Would you rather sell a book for 15 or for 25? Comment below, 15 or 25. Which one would you rather have? Okay. And this all just comes down to being able to read data and being intelligent about pricing your books up front. Also, if the book has a prime bump, which means you packed the book in a box and sent it to Amazon, that now means that book is at Amazon's warehouse, and Amazon is able to ship it to the customer in 2 days or 1 day or 1 hour. In some cases, it can arrive at the customer's doorstep. It's crazy how fast Amazon Prime has gotten. Amazon is not in the storage-based business. Amazon charges storage fees. Is that their primary business? No, they are in the business of selling inventory. They would much rather sell your inventory, get it out of their warehouse. And so they are going to allow you to price your book at a higher price because it has 2-day shipping compared to someone who's selling it merchant fulfilled from their house or warehouse. So somebody selling a book for $20 merchant fulfilled, you could probably sell for $30 FBA. Hopefully you're following me here. I'll go here's a good picture. So if you guys shop on Amazon, you'll see some people have this prime check here. And you can see this first seller, his name's Books, etc. And then this person down here is all new books. And then you see right here, this is actually Amazon, but third-party sellers can get this prime check too. So you can actually have this prime check where when you see this, it means you're going to get the item shipped to you in 2 days. So many people are going to click add to cart for this because it's Amazon Prime versus this. So this person just got an extra $12.73, if I did my math right on that, for simply offering Prime shipping. So that's going to cover your FBA fees and then some. So you actually made more profit by sending Amazon FBA and you had to do less work. So with a software I developed, Steve mentioned this earlier, GoToLister, and we'll mention more about this in the giveaway, but we have something called smart pricing, which is very similar to Scoutly or Scout IQ. So we have a range of triggers, if you want to call them that. And basically what we do is we price your faster moving inventory at higher prices automatically. So you don't have to do any thinking at all. Maybe you bought a bunch of inventory and you just want to get it the heck out and make as much money as profitable without doing too much thinking. That's how I was. And, you know, back in the day, my mentor who taught me all this stuff about books, Caleb Roth, the book flipper, he still has all of his videos on YouTube. You guys should go check him out. One time I was listing books with him and we were doing a college closing down deal. And we probably had, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 in profit we were listing. And I watched his wife list books and she would scan the book with Scout IQ. And then with the listing software she was using at the time, she would then look at the Scout IQ price and she would go off the price that Scout IQ recommended. And I thought it was really funny because like Caleb made Scout IQ. And I'm like, Caleb, if you made Scout IQ, why wouldn't there be like a listing software that also like, you know, I guess Scout IQ is a sourcing software. But my point is like, I thought it was a little repetitive. She was looking at Scout IQ and looking at the price. And she's like, oh, Scout IQ thinks I should price this at 25. Let me price it at 25. Whereas most listing softwares will just price it at the buy box price or the lowest price. GoToLister is the only listing software that actually automatically prices your book at higher prices. So if there's a prime bump, it's going to capture that if it's available in the API. And so basically it's going to price your faster moving inventory at higher prices that are still realistic. You can see we're not going above Amazon ever. We're pricing 10% below. And in the future, you'll be able to change the triggers, but I just set these triggers, you know, what's worked for me for years. So if you guys select smart pricing when you use GoToLister, you'll make more profit on your books by pricing your books intelligently up front. And another important thing is you only get one chance to price your book initially. And I don't want to get too scientific and nerdy on you guys, but Amazon wants to keep the customers happy. So they want you to price your items low. And so that first time you set your price, there's an opportunity to kind of like almost set the market price. If there's no FBA competition, you should be pricing your book higher. If the lowest offer is $10 and there's no FBA competition, you can probably sell it for 15. But if you don't do that, then your repricer is not going to know because Amazon doesn't always show the FBA offers to repricers. They make it difficult for the repricers. So a lot of times the repricer is also going to tank your inventory. So what we do at GoToLister, we price your faster moving items higher. So understand your profit at scale is also really important for booksellers. You know, the issue that booksellers run into is they send too many crappy books to Amazon. A lot of online arbitrage people or wholesale people, what they'll do is they'll just spend way too much money on trash inventory. Online arbitrage book people probably make this mistake too. But it's important regardless of what Amazon business model you're pursuing to track your buy cost. Track where you bought your items, how much you paid for them, and ruthlessly measure your profit so you have the courage to spend an uncomfortable amount on inventory. I spent $100,000 on inventory in 1 month. Why am I that confident to spend that much on inventory? Because I know my numbers. I know I've sold those ASINs before. I know that the inventory I've purchased in the past is sold and I'm profitable. So be sure that you know where you bought your inventory so you know like where the best sources are and how much you paid for them. And then at the end of the day, you can go back to the places that yielded the most profit. Another cool thing about GoToLister, again, the software I created, is that it shows you how much profit you're making on a monthly, weekly, yearly basis. You can see what your total sales are. You can see what you paid for the product. You knows what you paid for the product because when you list the product, you put what you paid for it as you're listing it. So Amazon sometimes will tell you to restock certain items, blah, 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 but Amazon doesn't know what you paid for the product, where GoToLister does. Then GoToLister factors in the fees and it spits out what your total profit is at the end of the day. We're also mobile friendly, so you can open up on your phone, GoToLister.com, and see what your sales are, what your profit is, how many items you've listed, how many items you've sold, what your total orders are, and what your average sales price is. As Amazon booksellers, you want to keep your average sales price probably above $18. If you get too low as an Amazon seller, if your average sales price is $10, Amazon's taking $9 in fees, you're only making a 10% margin before your buy cost. So you're not really making anything. So you want to keep your average sales price above $18, I would say. And then another thing you want to track I'm just dropping things I know you should be tracking on a weekly basis, is take your total orders and divide it by your total active inventory. So let's say you have 10,000 books active and you've sold 3,800, then you're selling 38% of your inventory over I'm saying over a 30-day period. You should be selling at least 20% of your inventory every 30 days. That should be a goal. And pretty soon we'll have inventory turn rate on GoToLister. We're working on that actively. So if you guys want to learn more about like all these strategies and how to read Scout IQ in depth and really get access to my $400 course, it's absolutely free. I used to charge for this. I don't anymore. You can go to starthumble.com. And this stuff's for complete beginners or people looking just to learn some advanced strategies. We covered a ton of stuff in this course. Shout out Steve. The 5-day book selling workshop is module 1. And then module 2 covers a lot of sourcing strategies, reading Scout IQ in depth, setting triggers, all those things. So definitely go to starthumble.com and poke around in there. Here's a sneak peek of all the different modules. We go over listing books, goal setting, repricing, managing inventory, all that. So last thing you want to do is list fast. So again, back to my analogy earlier, let's say you're a fast scanner. You're at a place that has good inventory. You're able to find $250 of profitable inventory an hour, which is not outrageous at all, especially if you have a good source or a private collection of someone. That could even be lowballing it. So you're making $250 an hour. If you then go home and it takes you 10 hours to list that inventory, you just took your hourly wage, or let's say it took you 9 hours to list the inventory. You found those books in 1 hour. So you have a total of 10-hour working time. Now you're only making $25 an hour. So all of a sudden, this awesome side hustle that was making you over $100 an hour is now, making you what's minimum wage in California. Not as good as it used to be. Your hourly wage went down. Yeah, on the front end, it was great sourcing, but on the back end, you took too long to list the books. It was stressful, so you want to make sure you have a fun way to list books, stress-free. You want to be able to pop Netflix on and easily list books quickly and not have it be a burden. Not look at those books when you come home and be like, oh my gosh, I got to get these out. You want to be excited. So I'll show you how fast you can list 25 books. It's actually 60 books and 60 books in 20 seconds, but I'm gonna let Steve take this off first. So Steve, if you want to reveal how you're making 10K a month from your couch, and is this my slide or your slide?
I will, if you want to take your screen share down, I'll pull up the slides on my end as well. So cool. I'll pull that down. Great presentation. Let us know in the comments. We have 144 people. Let us know what your thoughts were on Avery's presentation. Again, Avery's been doing this for how many years now? 7?
I'm getting 6? Old, man. Yeah. If you include my college days, 10 years. If you include I sold my first item on eBay. You would laugh at this. I don't know if I told you this before, but it was a knife sharpener and it had sticky honey all over it. And the customer complained about it. And my eBay account was shut down instantly.
Wow.
So I was banned from eBay from day one. And then I sold on Amazon and started selling my textbooks in 2015. So technically 9 years.
Nice. Very nice. Can you see my screen right now? Let me see if, let me,
you're okay, good.
You can see it. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. So you should be able to see, hello, everybody. Let me
take hear you good.
I got my developers, messaging me here on Skype. Okay. Perfect. So, all right. Perfect. All right. So hello, everybody. I'm Steve Rakin. Thanks again, Avery, for that presentation. What I'm actually going to be sharing is something a bit different. I'll be honest. I hate scanning now. I hate going to thrift stores. I hate going to garage sales. I hate going to library sales. I hate scanning with Scout IQ and all that stuff. It's not that I hate it. It's just I've been introduced to the other side. But I'll tell you this right now. I think the best way to start is by scanning books and going to thrift stores and library sales, and everything you shared, man, is it's literally the best way to start. And some people scale it to 6 and 7 figures.
Yeah, it's crazy.
For me personally, I just got so sick and tired of driving all over the place and scanning and competing with a million different people. But I'm going to get into that. Okay. So it's going to be a little bit different, but I've been doing this for about 10 years. Okay. When I first started, I had a full set of hair. Now I'm completely bald. For the first 7 or 8 years, I did mostly thrifting and library sales and auctions and yard sales and Facebook marketplace pickups and consignment, every single thing that you mentioned, Avery. I pretty much did, outside of like, I didn't do like bulk books or anything like that. Although I did do pallets and whatnot. But then really over the last 3 years, I switched my business model completely after a car accident, which I'm going to share. So I'm curious for folks who, are watching on my channel and you follow me, you probably have seen a big change in content on my channel over the last few years, really the last year and a half. I've just fully dove 100% into eBay to Amazon. So I'm really curious, and I'm going to pull up the YouTube comments on my phone so I can actually see them because I can only see my slides. Comment E2A if you've ever purchased an item from eBay and flipped it on Amazon. I actually want to know who here even knows how to flip items from eBay to Amazon, because it's a little bit different. So I want to know, have you ever flipped an item, Avery, from eBay to Amazon?
Yeah, a few textbooks.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Okay. Very, very cool.
That biology 11th edition, the sunflower, used to buy that all the time.
So the reason I started doing eBay to Amazon, outside of losing my hair from thrifting, which again, I'm not trying to be a hater with thrifting and scanning books and all that stuff. I think it's great. But I just got burnt out from it. And when I discovered eBay to Amazon, I was like, I am never going back to that ever again. But I got into a bad accident probably about 3 years ago. I got hit. This is my truck. I got hit going like, I don't know, 70, 80 miles per hour on the highway by a massive commercial truck. And literally I'm lucky to be alive. Like, I was so close to freaking dying. If that spun out, like a whole bunch of cars got hit. I'm not going to make it all dramatic, but it really messed me up. And I literally started having like massive panic attacks because I used to drive all around guys, just like Avery. And I know, Avery, you do a bunch of different things now as well, but I used to drive all over the place. And I just started having massive panic attacks. And I was like, I need to find a new way to be able to source items from home. Okay. I don't want to be driving all over the state. I don't want to be driving all over to auctions. I don't want to be driving all over to thrift stores. And, I discovered this method called eBay to Amazon flipping. Now, this isn't drop shipping. Okay. And if you see me looking to the right, I'm looking at the YouTube comments as well. But this isn't drop shipping. Okay. Drop shipping is when maybe you buy an item from a supplier and then they ship it directly to the customer, or they ship it directly to Amazon without you inspecting it or really having control over that item. I don't do that. I literally, and I'll explain it in a second, but I buy items from eBay. We then inspect it and then we ship it to Amazon FBA. So over the last 12 months, just so you guys know, I'm not just a guy who makes videos on YouTube and, sells courses and doesn't actually do what I teach. I do this. These are my numbers over the last 12 months. I've sold over 11,286 items for $648,000 in sales. Average selling price, $57. Now it's not all profit. I paid myself over six figures, about six figures. I did make $150,000 in profit, but I am spending typically 30 to 40,000 a month. So I've got that money rolling, buying different products that I'm shipping into Amazon FBA. But these are my results doing this method. And I use GoToLister to ship my items, to track my profits. And here's some different shipments so you guys can see what I'm working with. So these are, these were from Q4. So these are a couple months old, but you can see October 18th, I sent out a shipment, 32 items. I paid $1,800 and I made 900 profit. So it was about a 50% ROI right there. I had another shipment that I used GoToLister for, spent $1,600, made 636 potential profit. Another one you can see at the bottom, $997, about $600 profit. So the margins are certainly less. That's one of the downsides, right? Wouldn't you agree, Avery, when you're doing thrifting and auctions and all that, your margins are way higher, way, way higher, right? I mean, you buy books all the time, Avery, right? And you pay $2-3 and sell them for 50 or 60.
Sorry, I was muted. I was saying, like, if you go to a used bookstore, like I was saying, one of my tips was don't be afraid to drop $50 on a book. But if you're going to drop $50 on a book at a used bookstore, like there's hundreds of thousands of items you can find on eBay to Amazon or Amazon to Amazon. Like they just exist out there. So at a certain point, it's almost like, what are you doing going out finding product at that point? But
like I said before, I think it's stupid for anybody. I didn't say stupid, but I'll say it now. I think it's really stupid if you're a new seller. And I know there's a lot of new people watching now. I don't recommend jumping into eBay to Amazon first thing. I don't recommend jumping into online arbitrage or wholesale or private label. I think that's the easiest way to lose all your money. So what I would recommend doing is do exactly what Avery said: thrift, scan, use Scout IQ, find books for free, consignment, all that stuff. And then I would say after maybe 3 to 6 months, then look into eBay to Amazon, because eBay to Amazon, the margins are going to be less. You're going to have to spend a lot more money on your inventory. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose your money. I could almost guarantee you're going to lose all your money. So I want to preface by saying that I'm going to make this look easy, but for anyone who's been in business knows that selling on Amazon or any business isn't easy. In the beginning, it is really challenging. So make your mistakes thrifting. Don't make it with eBay to Amazon and lose all your money. So this is what happened to me last year. So in August, I had a car hit my house. Can you guys believe it? I was literally working on an eBay to Amazon shipment in my garage, and all of a sudden I heard an explosion. And I was like, what the heck happened? So I have a sauna in my basement, and I'm like, what the heck did I do? Did I just blow up my freaking house and like kill all my cats? Because I have 2 cats, Harry and Potter. And I had a massive panic attack. I'm like, what the heck happened? And I ran downstairs, and this is what I saw: a freaking car in my house. Literally, a car went through my house. And can you believe it, Avery? I haven't moved into my house yet. I'm at my house now, but they only let me come. They don't let me stay here.
Dude, that's crazy.
It's been almost 5 months, and I'm sharing this for a reason, and I'll get into it, but literally I had a car fly through my house. And, the reason I share this is because, I do eBay to Amazon, and I had a goal to do $750,000 in sales, but I didn't hit my goal. I did 48,000 or so. So I didn't hit my goal in 2023. I publicly shared this. I wanted to do 750,000. But I literally had like $40,000 worth of inventory in my garage, and they didn't let me go into my house for 2 months because they thought my house was going to fall down. So for 2 months, I couldn't ship anything out. So the reason I share this is because I didn't hit my goal. I want to be honest, because I had a webinar last year, and I've been aiming for 750,000 in sales. I failed to hit that goal. And I think that's a pretty good excuse, Avery, right? I had a car hit my house.
That's crazy. Like, I'm cracking up. It's not funny, but like, it's just crazy.
And my cats are okay. And the woman who hit my house is okay as well. So everything worked out. It's just, I share that because I didn't hit my goal, but, I still did, over 6 figures. I paid myself, did about 150,000 profit. And I'm really grateful that the car actually hit my house, because it motivated me to use a prep center. So now I don't even have any of the items that I purchase on eBay show up to my house anymore. They literally go directly to a prep center. So, we continue to use GoToLister. We continue to use a prep center. And the benefit of GoToLister is it really helps to track the profits and understand my margins and really get to see things very clearly. So Avery will share more about that afterwards. But yeah, my margin was 25% in 2023. The goal for 2024, it'll probably drop a little bit, because the goal is to do $1 million in sales with this business model. Again, it's not going to be all profit, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. So let me explain what eBay to Amazon flipping is, okay? So step number 1, and I'm going to share with you guys how to source items literally in like 5 minutes. I'm going to share with everybody how you can start buying items from eBay 100% for free. So step 1 is we cherry pick products from ebay.com that are undervalued and sell for much more money on Amazon FBA. And a lot of you guys are probably thinking, Steve, that's a bunch of baloney. You're not going to be able to buy an item on eBay and sell it for that much more money on Amazon to be able to make a profit. Well, I'll tell you right now, that's not true. It's literally, I could give you 20,000 examples over the last 3 years that prove that that's not true, because I've sold about 20,000 items in the last 3 years with this method. And I'll share with you guys how I do this shortly. But we cherry pick an item from ebay.com. Then it gets shipped to my house, which now I'm using a prep center. We inspect the item, we list the item, and then we ship it out to Amazon FBA. Then Amazon FBA, they're going to store it at their warehouse. And when it sells, they're going to pick it, pack it, and ship it. And Avery, I list on GoToLister, so you could see my numbers. Tell people right now, like, the reality of the items that you could find from eBay to Amazon. Cause you see
Yeah,
all my
last time I checked, it was a few months ago, but I scroll through your orders every now and then, and you're paying 30, flipping it for 60, getting $50 Amazon payout after fees, making $20 profit. Like you're doing big flips. I was really impressed.
and I don't even do books that much, to be honest. And I'll share
Yeah, a
some
bunch of weird stuff. It was like, I don't want to give away
Yeah.
all your products, but like electronics and like
Yeah.
toys and different weird things.
So this is a picture from my house before I started using a prep center. So this was actually after the car hit my house. We actually ended up moving everything into here because we had some issues with a gas line and different things that were hit, because I do have everything in my garage, but we had to move everything around. So this is like an example of all the stuff that will come to your house. Again, now I have a prep center, so I don't even see this stuff. I don't touch it anymore. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. So here's some DVD sales that I made in 2023. So some of it's kind of hidden, the actual title, so I don't expose my store, but paid 18, flipped for 38, paid 22, flipped for 41, paid 15, sold 32, paid 23, flipped for 52, paid 20, flipped for 45, paid 20, flipped for 35. So it's obviously not as sexy as going to a thrift store and spending a buck or two. But the cool thing about this method is literally you can do it 100% from home. You don't have to go to a thrift store. You don't have to leave your house. You buy the items. They either show up to your house and, you inspect it and then ship it to FBA. I use Pirate Ship for UPS to come pick it up. Or nowadays I have everything literally sent to a prep center. So my current profit margins are around 25% with this method. In 2023, I did 650,000 in total sales, made about 150,000 in profit. After the money that I have to spend every single month and some fees and my team, I actually put about 6 figures in my pocket, and I'm only working about 5 to 10 hours per week. Now, what's the catch? The catch is, in order to do 40, 50, 60, $70,000 a month, you're going to have to spend 10, 15, 20, $30,000 a month, on products. So if you want to scale to this, it might sound easy, but most people I realize don't have that kind of money to be spending. But the good news is you can do this on the side, right? You can just pick up, 3, 4 items a week and flip it. My average flip makes me $10 to $20 profit. So, you guys can do this on the side. You can do a couple of flips while you're doing thrifting and auctions and all that stuff. You could do this on the side. So this isn't, a contest to see who has the most sales or to say, oh, look at me, I'm so cool. Like, I'm just sharing with you guys what I'm doing, right? I don't care if you guys do this or not. I'm just sharing what's working for me. And if you want to try it, you can definitely go for it. So I flip all different types of items. Books, it's probably my least flipped item. I've just gravitated to other items. I do a lot of DVDs. I flip CDs, board games, toys, tools, video games, electronics. I mean, you could literally flip anything you want from eBay to Amazon. And you could do this from Amazon to Amazon as well, buying from merchants. You could do this from Facebook Marketplace to Amazon. You can do this from Mercari, Poshmark to Amazon. But I mostly do eBay to Amazon. All right. So how do I find the products to flip from eBay to Amazon, right? Because this all sounds cool, but how do I find the items? So number one, I use a sourcing software called FlipMine. I'm going to share that with you guys in a minute. I have a leads list. I check my recent Amazon sales. So one thing that I do, and I'll open up my phone right now, my team and I do this all the time. And the cool thing is now I don't even source anymore. I have 2 virtual assistants in the Philippines. They get paid around $5 per hour. And they source all of my inventory for me now. Now, again, I want to put this out there, a disclaimer. This didn't happen overnight. I've been doing this business for 3 years. You're not going to if you go out and hire a virtual assistant and you don't know what the heck you're doing, you're going to lose all your money. So I do want to say you have to learn how to do this method. You have to learn how to analyze and use Keepa and understand, what's an item that's going to sell, what's an item that's not going to sell, making sure you have good ROI, good profit, so on and so forth. But I'm looking at my sales right now. So I've got my phone open and I could see I sold a Barbie and Ken doll, paid 60, sold it for 120. Here's a digital check scanner. I paid 179. I flipped it for 380. Here's Transformers G1 cassette. paid 79, flipped it for 158. Here's a watch stopper tool, paid 60, sold it for 114. Here's a dish 42 switch, paid 60, sold it for 100. So that margin was a little bit lower. But what my team and I do is when we sell an item on Amazon, guess what we do, Avery? We go to eBay and we try to source it either through an auction, buy it now, make a best offer. So if you're thrifting or going to auctions, flea markets, you're doing pallets, whatever. If you flip a book or a DVD for 50, 60 bucks, go look on eBay and see if you can pick it up. Now, again, you're not going to buy it for a buck or two, but that's how we find a lot of our inventory. We have a replens list and also a replens software that we've developed, which hopefully maybe in the next few months, maybe that will become available. But for now, that's just something that my team and I are using.
Takes a while.
It's a little loud over there, Avery. I'm sorry.
It takes a while. The software takes a while.
Yep, exactly. So we also do eBay store reverse searches. So with the FlipMine software, which I'm going to share with you guys in a minute, you can actually take an eBay seller store name. So say you find an eBay store like John Bob 102 and you buy a couple items from the store, but maybe they have like 1,000 items in their store. How do you know, like, if there's anything else good in it? Well, you can actually put their storefront name inside of FlipMine and search their whole entire store in like 1 minute, which is cool. So we do that. And then we do storefront stalking. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll find, an item that we want to flip and we'll see the other sellers who are on the listing. And then we'll go into their store, see the items that they're flipping. And then we'll pretty much go look on eBay to try to flip them. So put a 1 in the comments if that gets you excited. I'm curious. And I want to know again, I don't know if my comments are updating, but I want to know who's flipping from eBay to Amazon. If anybody's in here doing this, I'd love to know if, am I the only one doing this in here? I doubt it. All right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a little bit of a screen share and I'm going to take this off. Can you see my screen right now, Avery, on FlipMine?
Yep.
Gotcha. So I'm using this software now, guys, called FlipMine. All right. And if you go, let me put it right here. So if you go to rakeandprofit.com/FlipMine, if you use the code RAKEN and go through that link, you can save 20% the first 3 months. So I'll give you guys a second to take a picture of that so you can save this code. Okay, perfect. So the way this software works, this is really cool. This is a software that my friend David built. It's a really great software. Highly recommend it. And what it'll do is it'll check the prices of eBay items and compare it to Amazon, and it'll bring back search results that meet your criteria. So say, for example, these are called rules. I'm going to set up a rule that I want to find new products that are under a 400,000 rank. I want the Amazon price to be, let's say I want the Amazon price to be $30 or more. So I'm just going to wait for that to load, which I apologize. It's going a little slow now because I'm streaming, but I want it to be a profit of $6, maybe an ROI of, let's do 40% or more. I want to find items that have a 40% ROI or higher. And I want the eBay seller to have at least a positive feedback of 98%. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that search in. And FlipMine has a cool feature where you can integrate with your Amazon account and then you could actually remove anything that you're restricted on. So I'm going to remove that. And look, there's 80,469 potential deals that you could buy on eBay that meet these filters. And like these margins, like, so it's got a 40% ROI, $6 profit. You know, let's raise that up. Who the heck wants to make a $6 profit? Let's say we want a $10 profit. Okay. And let's say we want a rank of 300,000 or less. Now, the cool thing about this is you can actually target specific categories. So this is what I call an open filter where it's going to search everything. That's why I've got like a sales rank of 300,000, because you wouldn't want to search like for DVDs that high, but I've just got this open right now. So now that I raised my profit from 6 to 10, we have 61,000 results. Now, let me ask you, Avery, what do you think the odds are that you're going to find some items here that you can flip from eBay to Amazon?
100%.
I mean, this is literally one of the stupidest, easiest softwares that you can use to buy items from eBay to Amazon. And the cool thing is, It'll share with you the title, condition, rank. This is the price that you can pay for the item. And the cool thing is this will actually, like this picture will go right into the eBay listing and you can buy it. This right here, the picture will go right into the Amazon listing and you can buy it. Now, all because FlipMine is telling you that you can buy it, it doesn't mean you should, because there's something called IP complaints and counterfeit complaints. FlipMine is pulling their data, which isn't always the most accurate. So you obviously are going to have to check the prices and make sure it meets your criteria and make sure that it meets your sell-through rate, so on and so forth. But this is a fantastic software. And look, I mean, there's all different types of items here. Okay. Here's an item right here. You can pay $59 and it says that you can sell it for $129. Again, you'd have to go in and make sure it's clean of IP complaints and issues. Here's a record. You could pay $23 and it's saying that you can sell this right now. It looks like the buy box is at $48.35. You'll also have to check for condition to make sure it's not damaged and make sure it's the specific item. Here's a Klein tool. You could pay $54.95 and it looks like it's selling for $99. I mean, this goes on and on and on, right? Here's a Sony digital voice recorder. You pay $46.95 and the buy box is $99.94. So, you have to go in and you're going to have to analyze it and make sure it meets your standards and it's in good condition. I mean, here's a book right here, which, I wouldn't flip a book as new, but there's a potential flip if it was used. I don't sell books as new, but I mean, this software is absolutely crazy. Now there are some mismatches and it's not perfect, but instead of what I used to do, Avery, is I would literally pull out my Amazon seller app and I would scan items on eBay to see if it was selling for more on Amazon. You don't have to do that anymore. Literally, you can go in here and you could set up all of your search criteria and you could do a lot more. Like, for example, you can put in category and let's just say that we only want to flip. Let's say we only want to flip like sporting goods. We can do that. And maybe we want to change the rank to only sporting goods that are less than 100,000 rank. Okay. So now we only have 554 results because now we're nailing down on a specific category, right? So, I mean, this is just so powerful. Now, look, these are all different potential flips that you can flip from eBay to Amazon that are within the sporting category. Now, again, this is a mismatch. You can see this is beetroot and it's comparing it to something else. So you'd want to skip that. And this one right here, the eBay seller listed it as new, but it's actually used. So you'd want to skip that. And anything that's highlighted red, you're going to be restricted on. So you're going to want to hit remove. Okay. Here's some roller skates. I mean, there's so many different items, but you can set up your filters to do all different types of stuff. Here's eBay seller name. So you can actually put in the eBay seller name and search a whole entire eBay store just by putting in their name right there. So, I mean, this is a very, very powerful software. Again, I don't own this software. I am an affiliate for it, to be perfectly transparent. Use it, don't use it. I don't care. I'm just sharing what I've used to be able to, flip about 20,000 products in the last 3 years. So yeah, Rachel, we got Rachel in the house. You remember Rachel, Avery, from the Book Business Blueprint. She said she does eBay to Amazon with books.
Yep.
That's really cool. I'm glad to see that you've moved.
She's been active in the Facebook group from time to time.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it right there, guys. That's FlipMine. Very, very powerful software right there. I also want to know who wants to see 7 specific items. I'm actually going to share with you 7 items that I flipped from eBay to Amazon. So if you comment, show me the money and we'll see, because Avery, I haven't seen a lot of comments coming through. So I don't know if YouTube is like stalling. I know we have like 130, 140 people here amongst both of our channels. So
I'm not sure if you've asked in the comment recently.
Yeah.
We got Mike saying, show me the money.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I want to share with you guys 7 exact items that I flipped from eBay to Amazon, just to kind of give you guys some ideas of what you can flip from eBay to Amazon. Okay. So here's a Walt Disney DVD. Now I sell mostly new. I do have a lot of students and friends of mine who sell used. I sell new for various reasons. And, I could talk about that in another video. I've made a lot of videos about that. I prefer new just because it's easy to sell, less inspection, so on and so forth. But this item got listed sent to Amazon FBA. It sold within 21 days. I paid $27.99 for this item, and it sold for $81.99, which made me $31.87 profit. I love these Walt Disney DVDs. Here's a book that I flipped. This was a used book, a Dungeon and Dragons book, which, by the way, if you're ever at a thrift store and you see Dungeon and Dragons, always look them up. This sat for about 37 days in my Amazon store, had about a 1.3 million rank. I paid $41.99, sold it for $82.99. Now, this was during 2023, so the prices may have gone up or down. So again, do your research, but you can add these to your leads list and replens list and start sourcing these as well. Sold that for $82.99. Yeah, Brian said I sold that as well. Nice. Here's a, I bet you the price, I'm actually curious. I'm going to scan this on my phone. I want to know if this went up in price since the last time I sold it, but I paid, I'm using my phone to scan the picture right now. I paid $28 for this and sold it for $68.99. Actually, my phone's not working for some reason. It just errored out, but I'm curious because the Super Bowl is coming up. Let me know in the comments what this is selling for now, but I paid $28, flipped it for $68.99. Purchased it using FlipMine, made $19.26 profit, sat for about 33 days. Lego, I love flipping Lego. This sat for 13 days. This sold during Q4, paid $51.99, sold for $108.99. I love flipping Lego. Here's a bicycle item. I flipped this earlier on in the year. This is a pretty old sale, but took 41 days to sell. This is one of those little handheld electronic games. I love flipping these things, especially Radica. Who knows about Radica? Man, I love flipping Radica. This had a high rank, 657,000 in toys, paid $12.99, flipped it for $43.99, made $17.85. So not bad. You know, I put up 12, made 17, took a little over a month. I mean, not bad at all from just sitting at home. Here's a Klein tool. Now you will have to get ungated in this. But this was a carbon monoxide tester. Only took 5 days to sell. I mean, to be honest, I sell a ton of electronics and tools. They do cost a bit more money, and I wouldn't recommend doing it in the beginning just because it's a bit more advanced and there's some more risks and cost of getting ungated. Paid $63 for this. Sold this in 2023 for $119.99. Okay. Made $31 profit, 49% ROI. Only $5, 5 days to sell to make $31. I mean, absolutely fantastic. Here was a used video game. This is a Nintendo GameCube game. This is Zelda. Zelda's a great game. This was a huge profit. This was, a pretty rare flip. I don't think you're going to be able to find this game for $82. And then, I mean, maybe the prices have changed, but this was kind of one of those deals that I snagged using FlipMine that, someone just mispriced it. They didn't know what they had. Paid $82, flipped it for $184.99 earlier in the year, made $67 profit on that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the training. Again, I know that was a very high level overview, but that's what I do. 99% of the items that I pick up, I buy on eBay, again, using FlipMine, my leads list, my replens list, checking my Amazon sales. Hey, sometimes I'll be at a thrift store and an item will be like damaged or overpriced. I'll just go look for it on eBay. So I want to know who wants to start doing this. Comment I'm ready below. And for anyone who wants to learn more about this, I do have a masterclass. I'm not here to pitch you guys on it. Literally, I'm going to be off this slide in 2 seconds, but we've got over 1,000 students. I've helped a ton of people to get over $10,000 a month. So feel free to take a screenshot of this when you get to the point where maybe you're 2, 3, 4, 5 months in and you want to start adding eBay to Amazon to the mix. Just know that you do have a support system there. So you can check out my program at rakeandprofit.com/E2A masterclass. All right. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to pass it over to Avery. I'm going to take myself off of the screen.
Do you actually mind if you want to go back real quick? Because you just go forward 2 slides.
Do you want to just add the slides on your screen so you can see?
Yeah, I can do that if you want.
Yeah.
I didn't catch you fast enough. All right, let me pull this up. All right, sweet. Ready to rock and roll.
All right, there you go, my friend.
Cool. So you'll be reading the comments then. So everyone who is excited about this giveaway, comment 5 below, and I will give you a quick little rundown of what we're giving away and how you can qualify for it. So can you see me too, Steve? I can't hear you.
Yep, I can see you. Sorry about that. I was muted.
No, you're good. So we're going to give away a Rolo printer. This is $200. This is good for shipping labels to Amazon, and this is good for basically any effing SKU label. You can get the cheapest effing SKU labels that exist. You can go to starthumble.com to see my recommendations for those, or I'm sure Steve has them in his videos too. Or email us and we'll tell you about them at support@GoToLister.com. But basically what I'm saying is this printer can get shipping labels free for life from UPS. It's compatible where other printers are not compatible. You never have to pay for ink because it's a thermal printer. And it's also good for the effing SKU labels. And you'll save 30 cents per effing SKU label that you label any item, eBay to Amazon, grocery items, if you're doing wholesale. Literally, GoToLister works for everything, and Rolo printer allows any labels to be printed. And I love the Rolo printer. So I used Dymo for years, and I guess basically promoted them just because I used them. But last year or 2 years ago, they started to make it to where the Dymo printer wasn't compatible with the cheapest labels anymore. And that just pissed me off to the point where I don't recommend Dymo anymore. So GoToLister is still compatible with Dymo, but we highly recommend Rolo over Dymo. So this is what we're giving away. So comment 5 in the chat. Do we have any comments coming through, Steve?
Oh yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of 5s coming in.
Right,
some people are saying 5 below.
So here's what you'll be getting. You'll be getting the Rolo printer, 1-year membership to, no, it's not 1-year membership. Then we need to change that slide. I thought I changed it. Tell me what that should say. The eBay to Amazon course, right?
Yeah, I'm going to give away, so the eBay to Amazon Masterclass that I just glazed over, I'm going to give away one of those to.
Okay, we'll give away one of those. And then surprise everybody, we'll get the Book Business Blueprint. It's my $400 course. Everyone who signs up for GoToLister, you'll get a link to that course, to the original content of that course. It's got over 100 videos showing you how to build a book business. And that's all available on starthumble.com too. But if you want the original version of it, which does have more in-depth videos, it's got sourcing scripts, like what scripts to email libraries and different places to land deals. That is included. So everybody who signs up, you get it for free today. So all you need to do is go to rakeandprofit.com/GoToLister. And I'll actually share my screen real quick just to show you guys how to do it. So if you go to the regular GoToLister.com, you're going to miss out on this deal. So be sure to go to rakeandprofit.com/GoToLister. You'll see Steve's beautiful face here. That means you're getting a 30-day trial rather than just a 14-day trial. So be sure to go through this link. What are we in, like an hour and a half in this video? This is a exclusive link that gets you an extended trial. So be sure to go through that. Then you're going to click on free trial. And this is how you get enrolled in the giveaway. We're not going to charge your credit card at all. All you need to do is put your name, your email, and then put your password in here. That's all you need to do. And then click continue. Put your credit card information in here. It will not bill you. This is 100% risk-free. You can cancel at any time. And if you're not happy with GoToLister, if you feel like it's not allowing you to list way faster, which I'll show you how fast it is in just a second. But if you feel like this is truly not making you $50 a month, cancel it. We don't want to take your money if we feel like we're not making you money. I truly believe that GoToLister can save you hours and give you really good insight into the profitability of your business. And as of recently, you can manage your inventory within GoToLister, and there's a ton of cool features I could rant for hours on. Pretty soon, you won't even have to go to Seller Central. You can do everything in GoToLister. You won't even need to go to Seller Central for anything. That's down the road. Hopefully next week, but Steve, you know how it is. It might take 2 months. So go here, put your credit card information in, your address, and then start your free trial. Give GoToLister a taste. See if you like it. And for everyone who signs up today, all you need to do is email us at support@GoToLister.com. And anyone who uses GoToLister right now, you can qualify for this. Just follow the instructions that I'm about to give you. And for everyone new who's coming in, welcome. And for everyone watching the replay, we will be doing a second Rolo printer giveaway too for replay viewers, probably in about 7 days from now, right, Steve? We'll do that second giveaway and choose a winner. But for now, we're going to take care of the live people. So just know we'll email you this replay, and everyone watching the replay, you'll be qualified too. So Here's Dawn. She says, I just want to say thank you. I enjoy using GoToLister. I'm listing books much quicker than I ever have before. And the smart pricing is spot on. So remember earlier, I was talking about how important it is to price your inventory intelligently. GoToLister does that for you automatically. She says it's worth every penny. Vincent says, just finished with Exceller list. Finally joined you guys yesterday. The competition, number one, does not list as fast as we do. They don't allow you to scan as fast as you want. They rely on Amazon to give the effing SKU before they allow you to scan a second one. So a lot of times when you list with other listing softwares, it takes 1 to 10 seconds for Amazon to print the effing SKU. Whereas GoToLister, you can just scan as fast as you want. So it can really cut down your listing time in half. And then we got Lori saying, Steve Raiken, I took your advice and tried GoToLister. It's a game changer, easy to set up. I'm on batch number 3 in 2 days and a complete newbie. So if you guys want to sign up, or if you guys, after you guys sign up, I just showed you how to sign up. Email free printer to support@gotolister.com, and we'll tally these up real quick. So be sure to go sign up, get your free trial. You can cancel anytime if you don't like it, and then email us freeprinter@support@gotolister.com. Even when we started doing this training, Steve, some people were already emailing us. They didn't even know what the key word was, but they were emailing because they knew that I was about to give away this $200 roller printer. And Steve was like, do you really want to give away a roller printer again? I'm like, dude, you can never have enough roller printers. Like, even if you already have a roller printer, having 2 is better because you never have to adjust one. You can just have one for shipping labels and then one for FNSKU labels. And you can always gift it to people too. So these are really good printers to have. Again, replay viewers, you'll get a separate giveaway. So we'll just let some of those roll in real quick. And also, after we do the roller giveaway, I'm actually going to give away this $100 Bluetooth scanner here. Opticon, actually don't have it in here, but it's going to be in a box like this. I just shipped them to a prep center. So what you're going to get is a Bluetooth scanner that is $100, an Opticon scanner, really small, nice. And then you'll get a Scotty peeler, which is good for peeling stickers off of books. And then another Scout IQ Scotty peeler. So shout out to Caleb Roth from Scout IQ. He gave me a bunch of these one day, and I told him that I would give them away. And we'll also give away a few t-shirts just for some people. We'll do this all real quick. So we'll let those come through.
Let me stop you. Let's put the link on the screen so people know how to sign up for their free 30-day trial. And just to recap, everybody, GoToLister is a listing software. So when you're selling on Amazon, you do have the option of listing items for free with Amazon Seller Central, just so everybody knows. But the reason why Avery created GoToLister, and there's, probably 4 or 5 or 6 other competitors on the market who do similar things to what Avery does. But what Avery software does is it makes it really, really easy. It makes it simple. It's very, it's intuitive, and they help you to be able to make more money. They help you with pricing. They just make it simple. That's exactly what I use to list all of my products. And essentially what we're doing, guys, is, we're going to give away some prizes for anybody who signs up for a free 30-day trial. And if you already have signed up, again, you can email Avery over at support@GoToLister.
Support@GoToLister.com. I'll put it up on the screen real quick for you guys. Email us free printer. Shout out Susan, Joy. We got Nicole, and then we have Emmy. What's good? Marides, Shane. All right, sweet. We have a ton rolling through. Is it Ludovico? I don't want to mispronounce your name. I'm trying to read the name you emailed me from. Franklin. We have a lot rolling through. But I wanted to show you real quick, Steve, if I can show the orders. So if you look here, this is what I was referring to. Steve gave me his login, so I'm not able to see this on your accounts. Don't worry. But when I went to Steve's account, I was able to see what he sold the item for, and this is not Steve's account, by the way. Don't freak out, Steve.
I was gonna be like, that's not my product. So I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
This is my mom, dude. My mom's been hustling. She got a bunch of books on consignment from a friend using the strategies I talked about from her friend Connie, and she just sold this book for $100. She listed it back in December. She's going to make $74. So you can see GoToLister now actually breaks down what you paid for it. She paid $0 because it was on consignment. What the Amazon fees are, $24, and what her true profit is at the end of the day. So rather than just open up your Amazon seller app and not knowing how much profit you're making, GoToLister shows you on a per item basis how much profit you're making. And if you forgot to put the price in, or the price was different, you can change it there. And you can also click on inventory here. And Steve, you probably don't know much about this, but you can replenish inventory from here. So let's say you flip this item eBay to Amazon, and you had success selling it, it's going to tell you how many you have available at Amazon, how many are inbound to Amazon, how much they're receiving, all of this. And you can click on add replan. So maybe you purchased it on eBay the first time, but the second time you did an Amazon to Amazon flip. And so you can put the sources Amazon the second time. And the third time you could put, maybe you got it at a garage sale. So you can also do this from your batch too, and this will automatically update when you list items from your batch. Hopefully I'm not confusing you guys too much. It kind of confused me starting out, but just know for every item, there's going to be a story for what happened to it. How many times did you buy it? Where did you buy it from? How much did you pay for it? Maybe you paid $10 for it the first time, $15 the second time. So GoToLister is getting more and more granular. And for anyone sticking around now, you guys are getting in at $50 a month. We will raise the price eventually. So be sure to get in now at the price. We'll never raise the price on you guys if you're an existing user. And pretty soon we're going to have end of year tax reports. We have a goal to get this done in a couple months. So you can just download, you can import outside costs, like maybe you're paying for FlipMine or maybe you bought Steve's course. You can import all that and get end of year tax reports from GoToLister. So this is much more than just a listing software. Oh, I forgot to show how fast it is. Real quick, let me pull up the actual video I meant to show at the beginning. This is literally how fast you can list 60 books with GoToLister. Check it out.
It's been less than a minute. So as you see, I'm just scanning these in. I have my roller printer, and I'm able to scan like 10 before Amazon returns the first one because I'm using GoToLister.
I'm going to mute this video. The only reason why I'm able to scan this fast is because we have queuing technology. So we allow you to scan, I recommend scanning 5 to 10 books in a row. And then look, the roller printer is going to print them out. No other listing software lets you do this. Sometimes it'll take as long as it took me to scan all those books just for one book to be, one FNSKU to be printed out. So GoToLister is factually the fastest listing software on the planet. So that's really what we help you do, is optimize your workflow and get shipments out the door so you can feed the beast. But we're becoming much more than just a listing software, as you can see here.
Yeah, and that's the best part about having a listing software, such as GoToLister, is again, literally when you put in your condition and your price and you go to list it, a label will come right out. If you use Amazon Seller Central, what you're going to have to do is list all your items. And then at the end, you're going to have to print all like 30 things out at once. Then you're going to have to peel each one and then try to find the right book and match it up. And then, like Brian said in the comments, if you list through Amazon Seller Central, you're going to list a book and they're going to ask you a million questions. Is it an explosive? Does it have a battery? This, and it's going to take you like literally like 10 times as long to list an item with Amazon Seller Central. And again, I'm all about transparency. Use GoToLister, or use a different one. Like whatever you should do, don't use Amazon Seller Central, right? Amazon Seller Central is literally the worst thing that you can ever use if you don't respect your time. It's going to take you 10 times more to list your items than any third-party listing software. And again, GoToLister is just the one that, that I use, and obviously Avery built it, so he's a little biased, but
and I wouldn't have made it if I thought there was something better out there already. I think there can be a much better software than Inventory Lab, Accelerlist, ScanLister. No offense to those guys, Travis, Nathan. I don't even know the person's name who created Inventory Lab. Great job setting the foundation. But I mean, I'm an Amazon seller. Our developer Dom's an Amazon seller. We're putting our faces out here every day. Like, I feel like we have a heart and soul, and like we're the new generation of Amazon sellers. So we understand what we need. That's just my opinion. Obviously, I'm super biased. All right, let me read some more people that are, can you still hear me, Steve?
Yes, sir.
We got Adriana, Southern Picker, Dale. I've been speaking too much Spanish. Dale.
What an idiot.
Trippy Reed, Alicia, Stefan, Steven, Franklin, Moretti's. All right, cool. We'll give how many more minutes you want to give for this giveaway?
Well, we have a couple giveaways. I mean, we could always start with we could start with, are you doing a bundle giveaway, or are we doing like different things? Because we'd start giving some stuff away if you want.
Should we start with the rollover? Should we start with the Bluetooth scanners?
Let's start with the scanners first. Yeah. Okay. Give everybody a chance to win the Rolo. And again, in order to win these contests, what do they have to do?
All you have to do is go to rakeandprofit.com/GoToLister, click on free trial, enter your name, email, and password, then your credit card information. We won't charge you until the 30-day trial is over with. And if you ever see 14-day trial on any of the other pages, just know if you go through Steve's link, it's not going to, it's going to be 30-day trial. So just know that. And then after you do that, be sure to email us free printer at support@GoToLister.com. And that'll put you in the chance for the $200 roll giveaway. And everyone watching the replay, you'll be entered for that giveaway as well. We'll do that giveaway. How about on February 6th? We'll end that. That sound good, Steve?
For the replay viewers?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm taking a note right now. All right, let's give some of these away. So I'll just have you say a number, Steve, between 1 and 15.
Man, well, when I played baseball, the number that I always had on my uniform was my lucky number was number 8.
Franklin, it's so funny you said 8 because I was literally just counting and I'm on number 8. It's Franklin Kazarian. Franklin Kazarian, I'm going to reply right now. You just won a Scout IQ giveaway from when Reezy Resells went on Gary Vee's podcast. It's a Scout IQ. You'll get the, show you one more time. Scotty peelers for peeling off stickers. You get 2 Scotty peelers. You'll actually get an extended trial or 3-month free trial of Scout IQ. That's a $120 value. So you get that. And then you'll also get, that's a $200 giveaway, bro. You'll also get a $100 scanner. So you just got a $200 giveaway. This will be shipped to you in probably next week. We'll ship it out. I just shipped you some.
Dude, you know what's so cool? He's already a GoToLister user. He says GoToLister is extremely user-friendly and fast as beep.
Heck yeah.
Congrats, Franklin. Yep. Adriana saying congrats. And Adriana had some questions behind the scenes. Again, Adriana, just message support at GoToLister. We'll make sure you get the 30-day trial and everything. So,
right,
yeah, Shirley says,
to make
love,
sure that.
Yep. Shirley says, we love GoToLister. Yep. Sabrina says GoToLister is awesome. Guys, when you're new, it might not sound like you need a listing software, but I could promise you, and you're going to learn very quickly, the way to be successful on Amazon is, of course, you have to learn how to source the right items. Maybe it's eBay to Amazon. Maybe it's thrifting, whatever it is. But the way to grow your sales and make more money is you have to list more items on Amazon and ship more items to Amazon FBA, okay? The only difference between me doing $650,000 a year versus someone doing $100,000 is I'm spending more money and I'm shipping more items. Now, you know, obviously the money thing, you're going to have money, but you know, the more you can ship and the faster you can ship, the faster you're going to grow your sales. And that's what GoToLister is all about. It speeds up the process. And again, one of the things that I think you should talk about is, you know, the way that GoToLister will help you to choose a price.
Yeah, smart pricing, man. So let me show you one more time. So we'll go in here. So if you go to your settings, you'll be able to see what the pricing rules are. So head on over to pricing rules. All you got to do is select smart pricing here. And again, when you create your batch, you'll just select smart pricing and all this is done for you automatically. And basically, we're going to price your faster selling books at higher prices. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Like if a book is selling for $25 one week and $15 the next week, why would you be complacent with $15 when you know you can get $25 for it? And so what GoToLister does is it automatically prices those faster moving items higher if we have access to the data. Amazon wants to keep the prices low to keep the customers happy. And so a lot of times your repricer or even GoToLister may be blind to the data, and that sucks. But in that case, GoToLister has another feature. Let me see if I can actually, I don't want to go around too much in here. I probably have to go to the website real quick. Hold on one second. I'm going to show you guys something really cool. I didn't mention this yet. So if you go to the GoToLister website and you scroll down, you'll see one of our features is we tell you when there's no FBA offers. So smart pricing is great, but 0 FBA offers means that you can price the book at whatever you want. So no software out there is going to be intelligent enough to read a keeper graph for you or tell you what you could price the book at like 100% of the time, especially when there's no FBA offers. So what GoToLister does is we say, hey, this book has 0 or few FBA offers. We turn it purple, we highlight it for you. And before you submit your batch, these are the books that can make you 20, 30, 100% more profit. If you just take a second to click on it, I recommend Google or YouTube, Joji Davenport, find out how to read Keepa. learn about it, but just know that these books have the most opportunity to be priced at higher prices. So while smart pricing will take probably 90% of the books and price them at better prices, there's going to be about 5 to 10% of your books that have 0 or few FBA offers and will turn purple. So look out for these.
All right. Now put your screen back up with the link again, because I want to share something very, very important right now. Okay. So as a recap, if you are a customer of GoToLister right now, which means you're paying or you're going through the free trial, or you just signed up for the free trial today, you're going to be entered into a contest. In 5 minutes from now, what I'm going to do, with your permission, Avery, I want to give away one of my eBay to Amazon masterclasses. So the eBay to Amazon masterclass, literally, I've helped so many people, okay, make money with eBay to Amazon. And we have over 1,000 students. I have a course. It's $400. I'm going to give it away to somebody 100% free. And if you've already purchased the course and you win, like I know we got Brian in the house who, you know, he's already a part of my program. If you win it, I'll give you a different program. Okay. But in 5 minutes, as long as you're a GoToLister subscriber, even if it's just a free trial, you're going to be entered into this contest. Okay. And I want to share my screen really quickly. Let me see. Can you see my screen?
Yep. You're good.
Can you see the masterclass right here?
Yep.
Gotcha. So, you know, this is my masterclass. Okay. It's over 20 hours of content. You know, we have over 1,000 students that I've helped over the last 3 years. I've literally shared every single thing that I've learned to do over $1 million in sales in the last 3 years, to flip over 20,000 products. Now, when I first created my course, I was only doing 10, 15, 20,000 a month. Not even that. I think the first year, I don't even know what I did the first year, 100K or something with eBay to Amazon. And I came out with the course because I was really excited. You know, over the last year, I've scaled to over 650,000. So who here thinks that I've learned a lot over the last 3 years to go from 100,000 to 600,000? Of course. Well, guess what? I've updated every little thing that I've learned about sourcing, building a leads list, a replens list, hiring virtual assistants. We have a whole free community with over 1,000 people. Like every little thing that I've learned to grow this business is inside this course. Now, I'm not here to pitch you on this course. What I want you guys to do is get GoToLister 100% free for 30 days. And in about 3 minutes, I'm going to choose one lucky winner to be able to get this entire course. And guess what? I've been working for the last month and a half. I have 125 brand new videos that are coming out in this course. So it's called the eBay to Amazon Masterclass 2.0. Okay. And you can literally learn every single thing that I've learned in this process within this course. Okay. And you're not going to have to pay right now on my website. It's what? Yeah. $400. So anybody who enters, I'm going to take the screen share off, into GoToLister, right? rakeandprofit.com/GoToLister. You want to put those
If
slides.
you've already entered, don't enter again. I see, Roz, you came in twice. Stop it. I'm going to avoid both of yours. No, I'm just kidding. I still got one, but don't email twice, guys. We have 26 people in the running for this. So Steve, you want to pick another number between 1 and 26?
I'm going to give it 2 more minutes because I know people are probably.
Well, I want to do another 2 of these.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, this is a $200 giveaway. 3 months of Scout IQ software for free. You'll get a Bluetooth scanner that's $100, and you'll get 2 Scotty peelers in here as well.
Fine. Okay. Let's go with unlucky number 13.
13. All right. Let me start from the bottom. Dolly has won. Are you serious? The Dalai Lama winning the Scout IQ. I'm just emailing them. You won Bluetooth scanner. Sending, just so I remember. Let's get one more.
All right, one more.
We're having more people come through. So now we have, what did I say? 1 and 26.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do 26 again since we just gave him one.
All right, let's go with number 22.
All right. Making me work. Let me do.
Jeremy says, I just had my first $300 day with books 8 months in. Heck yeah, baby. You know, $300 days, that's about a $9,000 month. Who?
Roz.
Roz. Let's go, girl. Roz is not playing around.
All right, so we just gave away $600 worth of stuff. 3 Bluetooth scanners, 9 months of Scout IQ, and these Scotty Killers. So that'll be shipped to all you guys. Just reply with your addresses if I emailed you that you won, and we'll get you in there. Let's do 2 shirts real quick. I have so many Scout IQ shirts. Let's do 2 shirts. You guys will get a Scout IQ shirt.
Can you put the slide on the screen so people know how to sign up to get into the contest?
Reminder, guys, you got to go to rakeandprofit.com/GoToLister. And then after you do that, email free printer to support@GoToLister.com. And we're about to do the printer giveaway here shortly and the eBay to Amazon course. But let's give away 2 more shirts real quick. Let's hear a number, Steve.
All right.
We have 29 now, between 1 and 29.
All right. Let's go with actually, I wanted to do it last time, but let's do 23 for Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, that's Jordan's number.
Franklin.
Didn't we already choose Franklin? That was a different number. Do we have a different?
Yeah. Let me. He emailed back. Thank you. That's why. Let me. What did you say? 23. 1, 2. Okay.
Sorry, Franklin. We love you, but we can't give you 2 gifts. They're gonna think that you're
paid
for.
Richard Sayaka.
Richard, welcome, Richard. Congrats. What did he win? A shirt?
A free Scout IQ shirt.
Scout IQ shirt. All right, Richard. Boom, baby. Let's go.
Reply with your size. Richard, let's do 1 more.
All right, let's go with number 1. I want to know who was the fastest.
Shane. Shane entered as we started the YouTube live.
Hey, well, that's what happens when you're quick to the punch. When you get to the thrift store first, when the bins come out and your first one to scan, you get those profitable books.
Awesome. Should we let everyone back in for the Rolo giveaway?
Whatever you would like to do. Emily says, so we sign up at both GoToLister and Rake. No. So if you go to rakeandprofit.com/GoToLister, that will redirect you to go. It's just a way for us to know that you've gone through my affiliate link.
Yeah, and that'll also get you the 30-day extended trial.
Yeah.
And then after you do that, email free printer to support@GoToLister.com. Do you want to give away the eBay to Amazon Masterclass first or the printer?
What do you guys want? Do you want the Masterclass? Comment below. Should we give away the Masterclass now, or should we give away the printer? What do you guys want us to give away first? Shane says, I try and watch you frequently. Hey, appreciate you, Shane. We'll give it a minute to see what people want. Do they want the Rolo giveaway so they could print labels very quickly? And again, when you use GoToLister and you print, the label will come out instantly. You slap it over the barcode, you put it in the box. For anyone who went through Avery and I's free 5-day book selling workshop, which you could find at rakeandprofit.com/workshop or starthumble.com, right? You can see how we actually did that. So we had a couple Masterclass and a couple printers. Masterclass, you know what? I'll let you choose because it's pretty even.
All right, let's do we'll do the printer first.
All right, let's do the printer.
All right, guys, this is for a Rolo printer, $200 value. Number Steve, between 1 and 30.
1 and 30. All right, let's go with, you know what? Let's reward the last person who just joined at 30.
Okay, it's going to be Element Book Sales.
Hey, wow, congratulations. That's exciting. Brand new Rolo.
Boom. You want a Rolo printer. All right, well, everyone email with their address back if you want anything, and we'll get those items shipped to you as soon as possible.
All right, and now we'll give away the Masterclass. So I'm going to give away my eBay to Amazon Masterclass. And you know what? I think we need to do I want you guys to choose. What number should we pick? 1 through 30, okay? It can't be a number.
Same number, but how are we going to do this? Whoever comments the most of the same number?
I don't know. You guys have to comment what number we should choose for the winner. The internet is so much smarter than us, though. They're going to somehow find a way to choose themselves. But you want to know what? Oh, Alicia just said number 7. She was the first, and then 3, then 1, then 18, 20. Yeah, Shane is saying 1 because he knows he's won. I love it. Shane is the man. Shane is not playing around. He's savage. Maybe pick a number we haven't chosen so far. You know, I see 3. I like 3. I like 19 as well. I see 3 again. I see a couple 3s. I don't know who the heck's commenting 3.
Charles, you won.
Charles is the winner. Charles who?
Ludovico. I think that's how you say it. He said I said it right the first time. I just texted him because I think I mispronounced it.
Congrats, Charles. You just won the Masterclass. So,
heck yeah, dude. Yeah, I hang out with Charles up in Indiana. When I go up to Indiana with Caleb, Charles is there.
Can you put me in touch with Charles behind the scenes so I can get him the Masterclass? You have his information.
What email do you want me to use? Just rakeandprofit@gmail?
Support@rakeandprofit.com. Just Charles, let my team know that you won the contest, and we'll verify, you know, maybe send a screenshot so we know it's you, because the internet there'll be like 10 people that comment. So as long as we can verify it's you, we'll get it over to you.
That's funny. That'll be funny to see how many come through.
Oh, it always happens like that. I'll be like, all right, Charles, or I'll say whoever the winner is, like message our team, and there'll be like 15 people saying it's Charles. But yeah, it's a good thing. People want it, you know.
Even the Amazon people are crazy, man.
You know, they're doing what they got to do to win. So I respect the hustle. But
you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Hey, but that's it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. You know, feel free to share any feedback. Did you guys learn some stuff today? Did you have some fun?
Franklin's still commenting 8.
Franklin is a savage. I love it. Mike says, I used to be Charles, right? What's up? What's up, Mike? This was a good time. It's a lot of fun. You know, there's a lot of opportunities out there, and I guess my final words will be, even if you're brand new, don't get bogged down by Keepa and GoToLister and eBay to Amazon and thrifting. Like, trust your heart. Where do you want to start? What's resonating with you? Is it getting Scout IQ and scanning and going to thrift stores? Like, just start. And it's going to be a little ugly and messy in the beginning. That's why we recommend go to starthumble.com or rakeandprofit.com/workshop. Go through the free 5-day book selling workshop, learn, make some mistakes, and look at this from a 6 to a 12-month period. As much as we say it's, easy to make all this money, you have to understand we've been doing this for years. It's not easy. It's actually really hard. Any business is hard. But guess what? If you stick with it for 6 to 12 months, my mom's been able to do this. Your mom's been able to do this. We've helped hundreds of people. But the reality is, for the hundreds and thousands of people we've helped, there's probably tens of thousands that just gave up and quit. So like, you do have to stick with it. It's going to be a learning curve. Anything worthwhile is challenging, but if you stick with it, you can definitely see success with this. I mean, that's my message, Avery. Any thoughts?
Yeah. Can I talk about the Feed the Beast challenge real quick?
Absolutely not. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, if you guys want to challenge yourself, we do weekly coaching calls. It's like live coaching calls. You'll be able to meet me one-on-one. And really the purpose of the challenge is just to help you send more profitable books, items, eBay to Amazon flips, whatever you're doing. Everyone in that challenge knows you, by the way, Steve, because they all go through the 5-day book selling workshop. That's a big part of the first part of the challenge, is to go through the workshop. And so that's every Tuesday, 7:30. If I don't have a wrestling match or something else going on, we meet. It's an accountability call. All you need to do is go to starthumble.com/beast. That's starthumble.com/beast. It challenges you in 30 days to get your first profitable shipment out the door. So everyone using GoToLister, if you haven't already sent a profitable shipment, get on this right away. And we educate you on how to find books, list books, all 100% free. I mean, I used to charge $3,000 for doing this. I literally used to charge $3,000 for people to hop on a one-on-one call with me. And, we got 10 to 20 people that show up, and everyone brings their cameras, and we, it's a good way just to challenge yourself for 30 days. I'm doing it all year. I'll be doing Feed the Beast challenge all year. My goal is $10,000 in profitable items every month sent to Amazon. If I do that, I'll be happy, so.
And there's so many opportunities out there. Literally, like, we just touched on like 10% of them. There are so many opportunities out there, but you're going to have to work for it. It's not easy.
Heck yeah. All right, brother. Everyone watching the replay, remember, and everyone here, actually, if you guys want to, everyone here, actually, we'll do everyone that messages after 2 Eastern time today. You'll be considered for the replay, since those are the replay viewers. So if you guys want to enter again, feel free to email us free printer, and you'll get entered in for a second time. My team will announce it on February 6th at midnight, the second winner of the Rollo printer. I've probably bought $2,000 worth of these for giveaways, guys. So
you should have like an affiliate. They should be giving you a discount, man.
dude,
You're
I'm
like
trying
the
to get them
number
to
one-
sponsor Miami Sellers Conference.
Are they?
No, but we're trying to reach out to them. It's hard, but I feel like it'd be perfect for them because a lot of people are on the fence about Rolo, Dymo, Zebra, but if they were there, I feel like they could really sway a lot of people.
Dude, you got to talk to Rally Roots. You ever heard of that guy on YouTube? Yeah. He's a good friend of mine, Ryan. I know he did some sponsorships with them. I thought I saw him. You should maybe I'll put you guys in touch because I feel like we love Rolo. I mean, I'll never go back to Dymo. I hate Dymo.
Sponsors this year, and they've all paid like a decent amount for their sponsorship spots. So Miami Sellers Conference is, people know like the value of getting in front of micro influencers and loyal Amazon sellers who are serious.
Well, sweet. Hey, appreciate your time, Avery. Thanks for coming on and presenting. Thanks everybody for coming and hanging out as well. Remember, you're going to have an opportunity to win some more prizes. So, definitely if you're watching the replay, follow the instructions. Hopefully you can win some stuff as well. And we're going to
Rolo printer. That's what you'll be enrolling for. We'll be doing one more Rolo giveaway. So all you got to do is get a free trial of the fastest listing software on the planet and email us free printer at support@GoToLister.com.
All right, guys. Appreciate you. Much love. Thanks, Avery. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.